領域展開
Today, I will be ranking and deciding which domain in Roblox Jujutsu Shenanigans is the best. But before we get into it, I'm trying to reach 1.5k subs by the end of the month, so I'd strongly encourage you if you could like the video, sub to the channel, and share the video with like-minded people such as yourself. That would be greatly appreciated. Thank you. And without further ado, enjoy the video. Alright, so here we have the first domain, the OG, some may say, Satoru Gojo. This domain is very, very powerful in my opinion. No glaze. But once you get trapped, you legit just can't move. But there's a little downside to this. You can just easily get hit once in the game and it gets cancelled, which sucks! But then again, if you do manage to pull it off, you pretty much have a guaranteed kill. Alright, so here we are in Jujutsu Shenanigans, and we have the first domain to show you guys. I'm going to be showcasing all of them for the rest of the video. First, you got to activate the awakening, of course, and then let's spawn a dummy right here. Okay, so he's just not there. Alright, so since he just didn't, he just wasn't there. Oh, he's not there anymore. Okay, he can't move. It's sure hit. He just can't do anything. Now to the next domain. I would give this domain, I wouldn't want to call it basic. There's nothing too special about it. I don't know if they overdo it in the show or just nerfed it in the game, but there's a huge difference. Therefore, I'm going to give it a hefty 7.2 out of 10. Moving on to Vessel, which technically is Yuji and Sukuna, but Sukuna's the one with the domain and Yuji's just there. But anyways, Sukuna's domain, Malevolent Shrine or Malevolent Kitchen, whatever you want to call it, doesn't matter. Casts a shrine with pearly whites that give you a great smile so you get cut into pieces! Anyways, so it's pretty much just guaranteed slashes once you get hit in the... So it's pretty much guaranteed slashes to hit your opponent or you in a domain. Later in the season, it's revealed that he has two types of slashes when he fights Big Raga, but that's besides the point. This is based in Season 1, I think, don't quote me on it. If you know, tell me in the comments down below. Now onto the King of Curses himself, Sukuna. Once you hit domain, he's going to be cast into a big, huge domain with the smiles, right? It sure hits every single time. Look at that. Right there, he gets hit every single time, there's no doubt about it. Alright, now to the next domain. Since you are guaranteed hits, even though people can block them, it still does damage. Although, back to what I was saying, I'd give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. Now, onto the sole objectifier himself, Mahito. Mahito loves to toy with his victims and kind of make them his own little weapon. He can transfigure each with his curse technique, but this comes in play when his domain is cast. If he touches you, or in other words, if you get near him for too long, he will transfigure you and you will inevitably die. This can be avoided, although difficult because most of his abilities are close range. So therefore, you are basically cooked. Moving on, we have the sole objectifier, Mahito. Now, his is a little bit easier to use just because you don't have to do as much. Hit the domain expansion. See, it killed him automatically. You saw that bar go down? That bar just went all the way down since I was right next to him, and he died literally immediately, proving that this one was OP. Alright, on to the next domain. And having this overpowered of a domain, yet exact opposite in the show, even though only shown for around a minute before Yuji's dumbass somehow just has the willpower to just break it open. But overall, since being overpowered, a good 9.0 out of 10. But now it's time for everyone's favorite subject, gambling. Therefore, no better way to continue this segment than with the man himself, Hikari. I'm just joking, this isn't financial advice, don't listen to anything I say. Now, his domain has no form of attack or defense. It is all based on use of his cursed energy, putting it on the line for the jackpot and to get unlimited cursed energy. In the show, it's a little different, but in the game, if you use abilities 3 different times, it gives you a chance to get the jackpot. Guaranteed after a certain amount of times, but that doesn't mean it's bad. If you use Hikari and you can survive and obtain jackpot, you've got it. Therefore, giving my ranking to the overall ability, 8.8 out of 10. The next domain we have is Hikari Kenji. He has the Idle Death Gamble domain expansion. This one's a little bit confusing to use if you don't know how to use it inside the game. But here, I'll give you a good little explanation for it. Spawn your little dummy right here, and then you pop it. Alright, so then you just have to literally just keep using stuff, and there's a chance for it to get domain expansion, which after around 3 scenarios. After 3 scenarios, it's guaranteed jackpot, like what I said earlier. Let me just get it real quick, and I'll come back. So once you get it, you'll be greeted with this, and then you're basically invincible until it runs out. But For me, it's infinite, because... Alright, anyways, next domain. Now we have the cursed partners, Yuta and Rika. This domain has never been used in the show, but it is in the game to the people who pay $3 for early access. Now, I've been experimenting, and you can have the ability to use different types of techniques. One of them, Jacob's Ladder, which is a huge strike of lightning cast down on your opponent, and another where you can pick up random swords, granting you random abilities, such as Sukuna Slash or Pink. Moving on to the next domain expansion, we have Yuta Akotsu. This one is fairly new to the game, but once you activate ult, then you have the ability to use Authentic Mutual Love, which when you pop it, you get sent here, and there's swords dropped all around the map as I explained earlier. You can run around with them, having different abilities on each one, like that, Sukuna Slash, which is just, there's just a few of them are normal, some of them have cursed energy, like that one is different. There's a few different ones, that's all three. There's all three right there. Oh, there's 4. Oh, I didn't even see that one, okay. But the ones I knew was the Sukuna Slash. Maybe there's more, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, comments about that one. Giving this domain usability, not with guaranteed hits, but it's just a gamble. Anyways, I'll give this a domain a solid 8.6 out of 10. Moving on to the last and final domain, Defense Attorney Higuruma. This domain does not allow any attack to be landed with a 0% chance on any, and I mean any, attack. It allows a mini trial to take place against certain acts the person or curse on the stand has done, like a real trial if y'all have ever seen one. If the person confesses or gets put on death penalty, Higuruma obtains the light sword, or whatever it's called. Looks like a Doom Eternal weapon, in my opinion. But anyways, this allows him to get a sure kill on the person it's intended for. But in the game, it's a little different. Only certain moves, one shot. But this is still a good ability, therefore I give it a 9.3 out of 10. Pretty solid, if I don't say so myself. And now onto the last and final domain expansion of the video, Deadly Sentencing Higuruma. Now this one is very, very different. If you don't have someone with you in the domain, it just shatters automatically. Oh, okay. Well, there's a dummy there. I didn't even realize that. Anyways, here's the actual domain. You have to silence, and then once you agree, I'll agree 3 times with silence. If they both confess, both parties, it's an automatic win for the user using Higuruma, right? It's basically a game of rock, paper, scissors, but anyways, then you get the light sword I was talking about earlier. Tell me that doesn't look like an energy guitar. Anyways, okay. So literally, there's a few different ones that have like... But now that you've seen my side of the equation, I want to see yours. Put in the comments down below what your favorite domain or character is in the game. And while you're down there, I would strongly encourage you to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.